Hang on a second. Is that bike yellow? Let's back it up. Yeah, okay. So I'll come clean. It's a DRZ400, but that is not the focus of this video. The focus is the luggage. Let's talk about luggage. We've got a riding season just about to start in Australia. You might need new gear. You've come to the right place. Let's go. This is the just released Strzelecki Panniers and roll bag system from Nomad Moto. It's designed and tested in Australia for Australian conditions. Now, I've been supplied a set by Kurt from Nomad Moto for this first look review. So I'm going to run through what you get, how to fit it up, give it a bit of a test run, finish with some first impressions and a link to a great deal on where you can get your own set. So let's head down the shed. So I've got the bundle kit. This is the Panniers, the base plate part and the roll bag. This is what you get. So we get the base plate. This is the bit that goes over the top of your seat and attaches to the pannier bags. We get a 40-litre roll bag. That's what you get with all its straps and buckles and things. There's 2 extra straps that come with this bag. And you get 2 panniers, 2 20-litre panniers. Fairly straightforward, I suppose. On the bag, when you get it, you'll see there is a strap here, this double-ended strap. And that is, if you don't have the base plate, you can just attach these 2 straps, one on each pannier, across the seat that way. So there's options for you. Second pannier, and you also get your 2 pannier liners. These are the stuff sacks. So this lets you keep your bags on the bike. You can just under the top slide the entire contents out with one of these roll bags. And the last thing, somewhere buried down there, is the how to install with QR codes to the instructions. Now all of these videos are on the website, but this is a quick link to those videos. I've never installed this system on a bike before, so this will be first time for me, first time for you, but you'll see how pretty easy it is, pretty straightforward. Now the bike that I'm putting it on is a DRZ400. It has pannier racks on it, so that's going to make it easy to tie these into. It does come with the straps that you can hang over the bike, over the seat to attach to each bag. However, I'm going to be using the roll bag, so I'm going to use the base plate. So I'll remove that strap, we don't need that one. So with this bag and this rack, these little clips here, I love these little straps. These little clips just feed back through themselves and hook on like that. It's really, really simple. Through that back on itself. And you can, if you don't have these little loops, you can take these off and you can take these things off, these straps slide off, and then just use the actual loop there as well to hook around that rail. So we do the same on the other side. Through it on itself. You tighten these straps on this one, and that pulls these bits tight. Obviously when you have a bit more gear in the bag, because there's nothing in there at the moment, that'll fill out nicer and pull in a lot tighter. So I'll work on the other side. Done. And for the base plate, fairly straightforward. Come on. As I said, this has not been connected to anything at the moment. There's no luggage in it, so it's all a bit floppy. Tighten these up once I actually pack it with some tools and things. But that's pretty firm and that's pretty solid. And then the roll bag is what this is for, these attachment points. So here's something I love straight away. If you've ever used these roll bags before, you know that once you roll the top down a bit, they're a pain to get the air in and out, except on these ones, they have little valves. How cool is that? And now we've got a bit more gear in there. This is my clothes bag over on this side. I will tighten these straps in. Pulls the whole bag into that rack. And that is super solid. Now with the roll bag you get 4 of these straps. These they're connected to the bag already. So the idea with these is the 2 front ones will go into these 2 loops. The back I'll do in a second, but they just loop through themselves. So they have a loop on the end. You just feed that through that loop, put the whole thing through itself, and then that's your point for that one. Same on the other side. That's your 2 front points done. They go up to there. Now the back. It's a similar deal on the back, and you can go to here. However, just because they're a little bit narrow, it's probably better if you've got a rack on the back, you tie these straps here onto the rack. This B&B rack has got loops in the rack there. Poke that strap through there, and again just back on itself. Then that becomes a much wider tie down point now for this bag, so it'll stop it kind of rolling side to side, if that makes sense. Same on this side. Nice handy loop in the rack right there. Now Kurt does sell the luggage clips that you can put, the little triangle piece ones that will go onto a guard. If you don't have a rack here, you could just like drill one of those through the guard and on the side or something. Same deal, that will help pull that back there. And that's that one done. This also has the air release valves there. So instead of trying to battle with it and trying to get the air out, you just undo that valve, roll it down. Fantastic. Strap. There's the top straps as well. Now there's a bit of gear in there. I will tighten down the roll bag onto the base plate. There you have it. That is the simplest way to do it. It's brilliant. I'll tidy up all these straps. We'll get it out for a ride. So I've only been out for a couple of hours today. Bumpy sort of track though, a few corrugations and that. And obviously it's only a couple of hours, but they're as tight as when I left it at home. Right, so there's no movement there at all. Oh, that's a little bit of movement. I could probably snug that one down actually, but that's the way with roll bags generally. They do tend to loosen off. And it's going nowhere. I'm impressed. I'm impressed for what you get for the price. So let's talk about the price. So these are cheap. right? These are absolutely cheap. These are way cheaper than any of the big brand stuff. So any of your Moscow Moto gear, Giant Loop stuff, Enduristan, there's probably stacks more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but they are way more expensive than this. Now the list price on the website was $549, I think, for the combo kit, which is the 2 panniers and the roll bag on the top. $549 for an entire system. That's with the base plate as well. How does he do that? Well, as far as I can tell, it's just because there's no middleman. Okay, there's no distributors. He gets the stuff made, he gets it shipped to him, and then he sends it out himself. So that's how he can keep the price down. Now, is it cheap? You know, cheap sort of stuff? Well, I don't think so. This is 1000 Denny or whatever it is, TPU stuff, which is like the same as you're going to find in most bags. There's really not much to tell you about it. Like, the quality seems to be there. Things like the straps, if you've got this sort of stuff at home, you'll know that all these clips in every different bag, they're all different. Nothing works, nothing's interchangeable. But what he's done is made all these clips just the standard with whatever the grunt thing is. So if you break one of these clips, you can go down to Bunnings and you can buy yourself a grunt strap and it will work. Things like that. And so who actually is Kurt? Who's the guy that makes this stuff? So his name's Kurt Kombusch. He is the guy that started the Adventure Rider magazine in Australia back in 2011 or something. He's the guy that started the ADV Fest event. Huge event thing that's been running for quite a few years. And I met him back in probably 2013, so more than 10 years ago I met him. And he's always just had lots of ideas. He's been riding a long time. He's got many hours, hundreds of thousands of kilometers on bikes. He knows what works, he knows what doesn't. That's it, right? So he's not some design guru guy or anything like that. He's not someone who's just trying to make the cheapest product possible. He's thought about the products, he's made the changes to it. Like the webbing, the little strap webbing for putting fuel bladders on, because he knows if you ride in Australia in an adventure bike, you're probably going to have to put a fuel bladder on at some point. He knows how much of a pain it is roll down roll bags, which is why he's got the little valves, the little air release valves. And I think the size is actually spot on as well. I was just talking to some guys back out on the trail there and they're looking at it and going, yeah, the size is right.
Material. What I like about it most is its size.
Yeah, it's nice and compact.
It's not obtuse. And it limits what you're carrying too. Yeah. So you've got to make it count.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You can get 40-litre bags and 50-litre bags or whatever, but your bike's going to weigh a ton. Get the smaller bags, pack light, you'll enjoy your ride a lot more. And one thing that wasn't quite ready as I was doing this video was the rackless base plate. So that is coming, should be out within a week or so. Will allow you to run this entire system without racks on the bike at all. Now once I get that, I'll do another quick review on that and just show you how these exact panniers mount up to a rackless system as well. So like I said, it is there's no distributors, although I think there is one shop now. He might have somewhere that you can go to see it, but basically it's online because he's trying to keep costs down. So he does do he has a few affiliates who sell this stuff via reviews like this one. I will put a link down below. If you want a set of this stuff, click on the link down below, Nomad Moto /Keith Job, and you'll get 15% off the price on the website. That will automatically apply. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to put in coupon codes. If you click this link, you'll get 15% off your entire order. And from time to time, he has free shipping as well. So keep an eye on that. For transparency, I do get a commission from any sales from that link. So for what I've seen, I mean, you can hear it in my voice, I'm pretty positive about it. I think it fills a really important gap in the market. That is reasonable price, good quality. I think that's great. I will be doing a 6-day ride in about a month or so. So that'll be a good test for this gear. But thanks for sticking around to the end. Appreciate it. Like always, ride safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.